Hello, everyone, and welcome to another speedrun race on GSA. Today is another race in the Super Mario Odyssey any percent tournament that's been going on. And we have LilAggy versus allnewluke in this race in the losers round 3. And I am joined by my co-commentator, Troy.
Hello. I am ready to start this match. We got it's another losers round, so in some ways that makes it exciting, and in some ways depressing as well that someone's going to leave, but it puts the pressure on the players, so it makes it really nice.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this race. I think this will definitely be a very close and intense race.
Right, and as my as my co-commentator just acknowledged, I apparently I don't have a German accent, guys. I'm not LimCube. Sorry.
He doesn't run the BTT sheet.
No, I do not. I'm gonna look at the stats though while we're waiting here. We got LilAggy, got that PB of 1 and 357 versus.
No, LilAggy has a 102, I believe.
This stats sheet is not updated.
I check. Yeah.
I went to the GSA stats sheet that we have. I guess it's based on other stuff or whatever.
He has a 102. Aggie has a 102.48, and I believe allnewluke has 104 something. It's not updated on speedrun.com.
It's also not updated on this thing. Why is this chart not being updated? I was given this chart.
I think Luke PB just like yesterday or the day before, so
that's fair.
So we'll have to see how he's able to perform here. I believe he's been doing like a lot of practice, like a ton of no resets. So I'm hoping he can perform and play it pretty consistently throughout the race. And same for Aggie as well. I know yesterday he completed like 3 full runs, so this should definitely be a very good race. And it looks like the race is going to be getting started momentarily here.
Yep, the countdown has started in chat. The go has been given, and just waiting for it to happen on the streams because stream delay.
Yeah, good luck to both runners here. I'm hoping to see a great performance from both of them. And now we're going to be starting off in the Cat Kingdom, as per usual, for literally every single run. This kingdom is not too difficult. Just the only big noticeable thing here is just left side at the end, where runners choose to go up the left side of the what do you call it? Like the hat or the wall there, and save 2 seconds rather than going on the ramp.
I don't know exactly. I guess plateau would work best, probably. Just going by geographic stuff. But I haven't used that before, so we're coming up with it now. I don't know. I just say left side at the end of Gap Kingdom.
And you can see it. Sorry, I was gonna say, as you can see, both runners went into first person there to skip the pinning part of that cutscene in saving about a second.
Yeah, so the other trick that I do want to mention, though, is frog vectoring. Not a huge thing, but it is something that exists in this first part of Cap Kingdom. It is there. There's one done by LilAggy just then. Yeah, they're doing a couple of them here and there, and that does give you the extra distance.
That sucks. Okay, so what happened to Luke there was he was not able to do the frog vectoring because he ran straight into a Goomba and had no idea how to react to that. That's very unfortunate. I've like never seen that before. That screwed up everything from. Ooh, Luke missing the left side too. This is a very unfortunate cat for Luke. Like what is that luck? Running into a Goomba and then failing left side immediately after. Like the two biggest things.
Right. Pretty much the only things that can actually be problems in Cap Kingdom were problems. and so that's a unfortunately that's only about a 5-second penalty. And being at the beginning of the round, that's not going to be a huge deal. We'll get a good marker and also a good split idea of at the end of this. So 220, just at the end of a 223 for Aggie and a 228 for allnewluke.
Yeah, so it looks like they're about 5 seconds apart. And runners are going to be setting up for FMS right now, or wet FMS, where you want to do a long jump off this platform right here, and then into a cap bounce and do a dive, and then jump out of the water, cap bounce, into a wall jump, and then you land up top here, skipping the first move entirely, and with the cutscenes along with it, saving about 25 seconds or so.
Luke, not quite getting the triple jump off of that hat, off of the like angled hat buried there.
Yeah.
And so had to kind of do like an awkward backup.
Yeah, it's a very rough start for Luke. Like, not what you want to see here in early game. Early game is definitely like the part you want to get right, probably.
Right, and also just sets you up to have a good mindset for the rest of the run. But
yeah,
I mean, I do want to state that I feel like allnewluke it's not like a huge problem. It's just, you know, minor things here and there, just movement. This isn't like 30 seconds worth of punishment. This is a couple seconds. So it's certainly nothing that is gonna impact too much.
Yeah, it definitely sucks being even just this far behind at an early game though. Even if it is only like 5 seconds behind, it sucks losing small time on early game. Just stupid things you know you could do right if you did another run.
I could see that in like in a mindset of trying to get a PB, but in the setting of a race, it's not so much that, because like to me the idea is like there are no resets. Little movement errors are going to happen. So it's just a matter of how do you react to those movement errors, and entirely that actually, yeah. Just how do you react to those errors that you make, because they're going to happen.
Yeah, I see your point. And Aggie setting up for the moon clip here, and looks like he got it. Exiting Cascade right now. Let's see if Luke can also get the moon clip here. Ooh, it does not look like he clipped there. Yeah, ooh, he did. Okay, surprisingly, he was very low there.
Yeah, he definitely clipped a little bit, but I wasn't sure if he made it through all the ceilings that exist there.
Yeah, that was a very low clip. I'm surprised that worked.
I mean, the method that seems to work the best for chest clip is just to hope that you made it and act like you've made it, and it'll work out if you did. Because if you aren't far enough outbounds, what will end up happening is just get pushed back inbounds, and it's fine. Like, you're not dead. Yet again, it's just a few seconds again.
And both runners moving on to the Sand Kingdom here.
Still about like a bit more than 5 seconds between LilAggy and allnewluke. Not anything that is like huge gaps. It's still very close. And Sand Kingdom can be a huge factor in causing some more mistakes that can happen. You know, the dram strats, the clips, if we're seeing them. I don't know if we actually yeah, we are. We both players doing first moon skip up, meaning we're both on 1.0. So yeah, we're gonna see some Sphinx clips. So Sphinx clips gonna be an annoying.
I actually don't think Luke is going for Sphinx clip this run because he got the bird early. He's probably gonna opt to skip the Sphinx entirely. I think he's doing the 1.2 route. That's what it looks like right now to me, since he already grabbed the bird. Instead of waiting to get him at the Oasis.
It might just be a backup because he might be wanting to do double clip. double Sphinx clip, so if he doesn't get the doubles, like if he doesn't get the second one on the first try, he wants to be able to be like, I already have a moon, I don't need to get that bird.
And Aggie getting the dram shot there. And let's see if Luke can do it as well. Luke setting up for it, doing the long jump, doing the up throw, getting the dive. Let's see if he's able to home into that bull here. Ooh, he's not able to get it. Very unfortunate.
I thought he had it.
Yeah, it's hard to tell sometimes. That track can be a little bit weird on occasion. Aggie going for a swing slip now. Struggling with it right here, giving Luke some time to catch up. Aggie cannot get this clip for the life of him right now, finally getting it. Opting to go for a single clip, definitely the safer shot for a run, or for a race. And let's see what Luke decides to do here since he got the bird early. We'll have to see if he decides to skip Sphinx entirely or go for double clip or what. We'll have to see what he chooses. And it looks like, yeah, he's going to be skipping Sphinx entirely. Just like I thought, because I remember talking to him the other day, and he said he wasn't confident with Sphinx subs, so I didn't think he was going to be going for it in this race. So that doesn't surprise me too much. Ooh, Aggie barely avoiding death there after Jaxie skip there. That was very close. He missed the roll boost and nearly plummeted to his death in that poison. But just barely escaping death. Staying alive and keeping his lead. No, oh, Luke failing Jaxie skip.
Oh, that's a punishing one.
This is such an unfortunate run for Luke. Oh my god.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep a positive attitude towards this, but losing the Jaxie skip can definitely be a punishing one, and it's not looking good currently for allnewluke.
Yeah, luckily he got that checkpoint up there. I don't know where he would have spawned if he didn't get that checkpoint because he chose not to do Sphinx, so he may have spawned like all the way back at the start even. This is a very.
I'm trying to think of one that he might have gone to. He would have spawned out of the pipe at the town.
Yeah. What?
No, I just laugh at a lot of things. You're fine.
That's so random. I don't know what you're laughing at.
Welcome to my life. Don't judge. Just move on and commentate. So anyway, we got allnewluke finishing out Sand Kingdom now, as LilAggy is just about to enter Seaside Lake Kingdom. Why do I always mix these up? I don't understand my life.
Now, I don't think we're going to be seeing any late clip action in this run from either runner. Late clip being a clip in the Lake Kingdom that lets you skip the Rango fight entirely. As it's a very difficult clip, and I don't think either of these runners go for it. But we'll just have to see. Yeah, Aggie choosing not to go for it, and I don't think Luke will be going for it either. It looks like Aggie is about to get this Pillar Moon before proceeding on to the Rango boss fight. And it looks like we'll have to see if Luke's gonna choose to do light clip. I don't think so. Yeah, opting not to do it. And then Aggie getting that fish jump there and starting up the Rango boss fight. Let's see if it's able to take down Rango here with no problems. Getting the first hit. And getting the second hit there and it killing Rango.
Alright, and now I'm gonna kind of say a little bit, like, I think the fish jump can impact a little bit here as well, because it depends on what you get. Of course, wall jumping out of the fish jump is gonna waste a little bit more time as opposed to just getting up there right away. So it's important to see which one he gets. And oh, a bonk. Okay.
Yeah, very unfortunate, but a very nice backup right there.
Yeah, good to know that he's back up. So that did waste a fair amount. I'd say like 2 to 3 seconds. But it's still relatively close, but still not like it's gonna take a major accident. And what I feel like it's really gonna take is us once we get to Lost Kingdom. That's really gonna be the next part to look at.
Or even just if Aggie chooses to go for nut clip and fails it, that could put Luke back in the lead for sure.
Right, we do have Wooded Kingdom next, so that could cause a problem as well.
Yeah.
It certainly has its own factors, but I feel like there's nothing large enough. Like failing nut clip is, I think, a 15-second.
Well, if you fall into deep woods, that could be like a minute.
Well, yeah, that's the worst case scenario. But if you just fail, I'm talking about like failing nut clip as in not clipping into the wall.
Yeah, that's 30 seconds gone.
Yeah, it's roughly 30 seconds. So yeah, okay. So failing that clip could do it. I don't feel it could be. I haven't seen it a lot lately, honestly.
Yeah, if you fail nut clip, you're pretty much just having to do the old route if you don't get the clip. But then if you get the clip and then you mess up something afterwards, then that's like a whole lot more than 30 seconds lost potentially, because you have to come up with some backup route potentially, and kind of just think on the spot of what you want to do.
And yeah, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it faster to just do the old route if you fail nut clip instead of like doing the backup for nut clip?
Yeah, just do the old route, and we see Aggie setting up for the clip. I think Aggie got the clip right there. Yeah, moving on to the out of bounds section. Let's see who's able to pull off here. Okay, getting the first wall jump there, getting the second one. Let's see who's able to make it back in bounds here. That looks good. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Nicely done.
Yes, to just jump up.
Spamming A to get up here.
Yeah. Let's see who's able to get. Ooh, struggling to get a little bit of a ledge grab there before busting up with this nut.
And now be going into, yep, just the rest of the route. allnewluke coming into the nut clip soon.
Yeah. Let's see if Luke is able to get the clip as well. Okay, that looks okay to me. That might be okay. Yeah, he got the clip there. And let's see if he's able to get this first wall jump here. Got it. Looks like he got the second wall jump there. Let's see if he's able to make it back in bounds. Ooh, Aggie just barely getting over the deep woods there. Lost all his momentum on that roll cancel jump there. Luke definitely having a way better nut clip section here than Aggie, making up some time.
And it's very good as LilAggy's moving into Flower Road jump.
Yeah, let's see who's able to make this here. If he doesn't make this, he could be losing a little bit of time because he probably will be dying, potentially. Oh, Aggie choosing not to go for it, it looks like? Or did he fail it? I couldn't quite tell.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of frame skips, so it's actually not, it's not able to tell at all, but I feel what probably happened is just going for safer strategies right now.
Yeah, maybe.
Not confident enough on Flower Road skip.
I guess. Well,
All new Luke bonked opening up the nut, so that cost a bit of time there as well.
I think
It's
that was
fine though.
I think that was
If
a
you can get
purposeful.
Flower Road skip, that can actually effectively cancel out that bonk.
I think that was a purposeful bonk where you like bonk into the wall trying to open up that nut. Luke going for a fire road skip here. Looks like he got it just fine, saving a little bit of time over Aggie. All these small things adding up for him for sure, and helping him catch up. Aggie going for spirit skip here, landing right on
Yeah,
top.
my boy.
Or
My boy, landing on Takatu.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very fun strat to see. Just rolling off using a bit of vectoring and then landing onto Takatu to cancel out the stutter animation instead of having to buffer jump so you can land on NPCs. Which is a lot more fun, in my opinion, especially landing on Takatu.
And it looks like Luke is opting to just fight Spearson. Ooh, and Aggie failing the fast pipes movement. Ooh, he could potentially die here. He's on way HP. He has to play this a little bit safe. Dang, Aggie losing quite a bit of time here to fast pipes. And just like that, I think the race is definitely a lot closer than it was before because Luke just killed Topper and Aggie is just putting us on the globe, so Luke is definitely not too far behind at all.
Right, opting to do Topper though is a long sequence here. This is about I believe 40 seconds of cutscenes in total. Or
Yeah.
no, that's a bit. Is that too large? I don't remember.
It's between 30 to 40 seconds, I believe. Now we see Aggie moving on to the Cloud Kingdom here. This kingdom is pretty basic, just a Bowser boss fight, and then you get to move on to the Lost Kingdom. Ooh, that was a little bit awkward there. Good reaction from Aggie, though. I don't think he meant to hit that first cloud platform with his cap there. But luckily it worked out for him. Getting the first hat capture there, and then opting to do Bowser Manip, it looks like, where you just hit Bowser in a certain way to make him jump the least amount of platforms and just save a little bit of time. Getting the second instant hat capture, and continuing to do that Bowser manipulation strat.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to set up with the punches, just sending in the right locations. I don't know what Luke was opting for there.
I think it looked like he was trying to do a spin pound, and then he missed it and didn't know how to react to it. That was very strange looking, though, for sure.
And only Luke, about 50 seconds of difference now between him and Aggie. I did a little mental note of when Aggie started the Bowser fight.
Yeah, it looks like they're a full Bowser fight apart right now. Let's see if Aggie's able to get the meme tree here without dying or losing any time.
Right, this is the kingdom that to really pay attention to. Lost Kingdom can cause a lot of problems. This is the kingdom where as I said in runs, like if you're going to make mistakes in a race. Like it just happens. So if you're gonna make mistakes, try not to make it happen in punishing areas like Lost Kingdom. So this is a place where if you make a mistake, it can cost a lot of time.
Yeah, for sure. Because you could definitely like trigger Klepto or even just dying anywhere loses a ton of time.
Yeah, if you fall down from any of these platforms, the best option is to kill yourself and not land. Because Klepto actually loses a lot more time than, at least towards the beginning. Like, Klepto will lose so much more time. Triggering Klepto will lose so much more time than just spawning at the Odyssey and doing the triple jump again.
Yeah.
LilAggy has activated Klepto, so he's out of that part. The next part that can really be in, the last part that is still annoying, even though we're out of danger of Klepto, but we still have under the bridge. Like these last 2 moons, if he's choosing to do triple jump, which he is, gets that very well. That was very smooth. And now going into this bridge sequence, you got to make sure that you get the timing right and potentially get out of here correctly.
No, Aggie or Luke taking a death there. Ooh, same with Aggie.
Aggie's was much less punishing though. It was a bonk trying to get out of there, so that was actually like technically the most wasted time you can get after getting the moon. But once you got that 10th moon, you're pretty much free. Like, so there was like he did lose a couple seconds. He recovered it because he was trying to get out doing a death list, but got bonked and then died. So there was some time loss, but it wasn't as punishing as Luke's death.
Yeah.
But Luke has been able to recover pretty quickly. He's already at the 6th and 7th moon. 7th and 8th moon, I can't count.
Yeah, you grab these pretty much back to back right here.
And opting to do the stone cage.
Yeah, very respectable since he already took a death here. Want to play it safe. Oh no, Luke taking another death here.
Okay, and so this is where it really matters in that here Luke has to rely on either doing the meme tree again and like doing some other things, or essentially like just going for it like this. Jumping onto that bridge is gonna cause Klepto to trigger. So you cannot step onto the bridge. You have to set it up before the bridge.
You can step on part of the bridge. You can step on the beginning part, but you definitely gotta be careful if you choose to do that.
Yeah, the option is to set it up from up here as well.
Okay, he's choosing just to activate Klepto.
Yeah, it's just the quickest way to get to Klepto. And considering he didn't need to go anywhere else, that was a good way to do it. And from here, he's just gonna get the metal cage, which that makes sense too. Like not wanting to risk anymore, bonking twice now underneath that bridge, so just wants to get a 10th moon and get out of here. Meanwhile, Aggie has just about finished Town Hall. We'll be doing the jump across momentarily.
And it looks like he made it. And now Aggie is going to be starting up the Mecha Wiggler fight. Aggie missing some eyes there, but making it work without too much trouble.
Right, making it just a bit of a messy like first part of the fight, but it's nothing that is really that punishing there. Metro Kingdom, in a sense, I feel like can build up together to like the thing as a whole could get some significant time loss in it, considering there's so much to it. But there's no individual place that's really going to cause a lot of trouble, other than maybe here if you potentially get a third phase. Or third cycle, excuse me.
Yeah. Aggie getting a really good pattern here, and just knocking out the Wiggler. Missing some of his eyes, but definitely still making it work, being that 2 cycle.
Right, allnewluke catching up, getting over to the Town Hall, almost there. Able to get the biggest jumps in the Metro, in Night Metro, that are really the ones that actually make people panic. The last one being this one across Town Hall, but everything between then and now is pretty much just standard.
Yeah, for sure. Luke getting this chest moon here. I think he actually got the moon clip there. Very interesting. And ooh, what is he doing? Okay, choosing to do a homing capsule. I've never seen that before. I guess he's just playing it safe, considering all the time he's lost so far in this run.
Yeah, I played it really safe. Did a homing cap throw into return cappy jump into cappy bounce, so that you can get that extra distance. Waited till the camera fully rotated before really attempting the jump. LilAggy going into scooter clip now. No setup, simply tries to get it, and it's punished for that. Has to go into it and is now setting up, gets it on the second.
Yeah, losing a little bit of time, but not the biggest mistake you can make in this kingdom for sure.
Right, and that's what I'm talking about. They're really Metro Kingdom at this point is like the rest of Metro is just minor mistakes that are going to happen, and that's what allnewluke kind of has to rely on now. Because as I've said before, like this is like the play from allnewluke currently is not gonna that alone. Like he does of course have to play to his best, but it's not like taking the riskier strategies. I feel is not the way to go. It's really unfortunately having to rely on your opponent to mess up. And LilAggy is doing a movement to Pauline so far pretty good. No bonking inside the girder, and lost a bit of time on flicking with the pole, but is able to get to Pauline. That was pretty smooth.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like he hit the very edge of a lamppost there and just lost all his momentum.
Right, and allnewluke is able to get the 2-cycle and has finished out night. Has to get that little synced end of moon animation. Okay, LilAggy got to talk to the guitar man, and then we'll be teleporting over to the top of the tower, top of town hall, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was wrong on the route, but no, that is correct. Okay, Luke missing the jump onto the scooter, but is doing a setup to do the scooter clip, and still fails it, unfortunately. Going for it without really much of a setup, kind of just drive off the edge into the lean. Yeah.
Yeah, using the slower method there where you bonk into the cage first as a backup.
Yep, and his homing cap throw didn't go to the pole. Didn't go to the pole just then, so that's a bit unfortunate. This one looks good for the second home.
Yeah. Talking to the bench friend, gotta see how he's doing today and getting the moon from him.
Good spin pound from LilAggy off the top of the town hall.
Yeah, it's very difficult to get that spin pound, so it's pretty impressive that he's able to get that. But he missed the cap cancel jump there and having to... Ooh, actually landing on one of the pedestrians there to avoid getting the static animation. That's very smart. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but if it was, that was a very smart play.
It looked pretty intentional. Like,
yeah.
I guess, like, once he was already rolling off of the edge, it made sense to him, like, okay, I'm just gonna aim for the townsfolk to cancel the animation, just like what you did back in Lake Kingdom, Wooded.
Yeah.
And LilAggy is done with Metro, as allnewluke is now climbing the tower, and as you can see here, well, aside from the bonking, he has opted to do the teleport strategy, not doing the movement from inside the girder to Pauline, simply doing a safer strat of just teleporting to the checkpoint.
Yeah, opting out of the early musician's route and just choosing to do the older route instead.
In some way, it's more reliable in that, and it makes sense here. allnewluke able to call the shot. That was very well done. So yeah, LilAggy had to rely on actually getting good movement in order to not lose time, because you only save about 2 seconds with it. So to go for the thing where you're not relying on movement at all, you're just waiting on a loading screen, and it's still a fairly speedy route. It's just 2 seconds difference between the two routes, which is not huge in race terms.
Yeah, for sure. I get talking to Captain Toad here before moving on to Chavaria.
While Luke is talking to Pauline and a drummer.
And it looks like Luke is about to get the final 2 moons before finishing out Metro, and then moving on to the Snow Kingdom. And it looks like Agate is opting to do the Snow Jam route because he did not get the shop early here. Luke now leaving the Metro Kingdom and going on to Snow, while Aggie is entering the Poison Room here. Hopefully he can make this stair cycle and get on top of the moon platform cleanly. Let's see. Making the cycle, getting on top of this moon platform very cleanly.
Yeah, it was a good triple jump. Missed on that spin pound to get the moon. Had to do it a second try, but it's not a huge deal. Maneuvering around the Taifu's wind. Well done there.
Yeah. Definitely smart thinking from him. Ooh, that was very close, I think. I think he almost took a bonk in the poison there. That was kind of close.
Alright, this room in general is something you definitely have to watch out for because of all the ways that you could potentially fall into poison.
And then Agate is going to be moving on to the Goomba room here. We got stacked 4 Goombas to get a moon, and then you gotta get the story moon. And then you gotta move on to the shop and then Snow Jam. And Luke opted to do Seaside first, realizing they did not have points to buy the moon in Snow. Very quick thinking from Luke there, and good job realizing that he didn't have enough coins. Sometimes runners don't realize that they're low on coins whenever they leave Metro.
Yeah, and Aggie getting a bit of awkward RNG with the Goombas, and gets a good triple jump across the way.
Now Aggie is going to be going to the shop and then setting up for a Snow Jam.
Yeah, and this is another thing that will potentially cause some trouble if Aggie does mess this up. Doesn't get quick pipe animations. That's a minor thing to note.
Yeah. Find the moon, and they're going to be warping to the Odyssey for Snow Jam. Let's see if Luke is going to opt to do the Rocket Fire refresh here. Looks like he's not opting to do the Rocket Fire refresh strat, and he's going to be using the Gushin instead.
Makes sense, as this is a less than a second, really, time save.
Okay, Aggie going for Snow Jam. Let's see if he's able to pull this off. This looks good. Ooh, no! Taking a bonk there. Very unfortunate.
There was a good vector from the vault, but it seemed that it might have just been too early. I'm not an expert on the drams on Snow Jam, so I can't really say as to what went wrong, but something certainly did, obviously.
Making 8 second try though, not losing too much time, but definitely unfortunate that he failed at first try. Taking a bonk on the way back.
Oh.
It's very unfortunate.
So that's not as huge of a time loss, but it still is a time loss, as you do have, as the choice then is just to warp back to the Odyssey. As all new Luke is almost done with Seaside, just got 3 more moons to get.
And Aggie's going to be moving on to the Seaside Kingdom, and then after Luke gets this last moon here, he's going to be moving on to the Snow Kingdom. So pretty much just switching kingdoms right now. Okay, Aggie setting up for the first triple jump here at the beginning, getting it, and then going to be getting this backflip into a wall jump here for this cliffside moon. Okay, Aggie going for this like 2.5D moon here in this cavern. Ooh, missing the moon on the first go around here. But getting a nice backup. Not losing too much time at all to that. Now Aggie is going to be going for the Rocket Flower moon. Let's see if he opts to do Rocket Flower refresh. Looks like he is not opting to do it either. He's just going to be using the Gushin. And Luke isn't just now entering Shiveria.
LilAggy going into movement for the chest, and allnewluke, I guess, at a bit of a bonk there, wall jumping up here. I didn't even know, like, I never really considered that to be an area where you're at risk to bonk, so it's interesting.
Oh.
Yeah, allnewluke just finding new areas to bonk him completely. I feel very sorry for Luke for finding these.
Yeah, but it looks like he's opting to do Snow Jam here because he did not grab the shop early, like I said earlier. Having trouble with getting the spin time for this moon here.
Right, and because of that, it looked like he actually was going to try to set up for a moon clip just so he could try to save the seconds, because it's not a huge deal if you miss it. That one, like, there is essentially no punishment if you mess that one up. Misses the triple jump, but gets a good backup. As LilAggy has now finished out Seaside, and allnewluke is about halfway done with Snow.
Yeah, Aggie is going to be moving on to the Luncheon Kingdom now. Okay, Luke moving on to the Goomba room here. Hopefully he doesn't lose any time here and just is able to pull off this room very cleanly. Stacking the first two Goombas. Second and third, making the pillar or the icicle fall, and then stacking the fourth.
Alright, and now LilAggy into Luncheon Kingdom, which is another kingdom that could be very punishing because of it being a larger kingdom and having these little things. And there's the Salt triple jump being messed up. This is an interesting way to do a backup, opting to do a ground pound off of something else. So not the quickest backup, so that is definitely costing LilAggy some time there.
Yeah. Okay, Luke is going to be going to the shop and then warping to the Odyssey for a Snow Jam while Aggie is starting up the Spirit boss fight.
It's a good roll into the arena.
Oh, wait, Luke still doesn't have enough coins, even after going to Seaside first. That's very interesting, so he has to do Rango Room and then Snow Jam. That's very unfortunate. He had, like, no coins this run, I guess.
Yeah, he died a few times from bonks. You know, he died twice in Law. Yeah, he died and lost. He died. Yeah, he died twice and lost, and then he died. I don't think anywhere else really, but that on top of the fact of not going to Sphinx Room, it just made it difficult to get that amount of coins. And
Ooh,
bonking
whoa.
on Snowdram.
Getting the fast backup though, or the fast warp there.
Still costs a good amount of time to have to set it up again. And bonking on getting up on top of the Odyssey, opting into doing some backflips.
Okay, getting a second try. We're unfortunate. Both runners had to get this trick second try here.
Right, LilAggy going into some movement on the walls here, and this is where it can get kind of sketchy as you have to deal with very small areas of places where you can stand on these walls. LilAggy dealing with some awkward movement getting up here to get this the crate moon. And now got a Kobe. Gets it.
Okay, it looks like Luke is going to be moving on to the One Scene Kingdom now as well. Let's see if he's going to go for the Assault Triple Jump here at the beginning. Looks like he is. Let's see if he's able to pull it off. This should be good.
That looks good.
Yeah.
Yep. And Aggie about to move into Fork's room. Having a bit of trouble. Cappy got returned to him. Did not capture the Podobo, which is actually just lava bubble. Good Fork's room so far. Getting the smallest amount of animations and is able to get on top of there without having to use the extra fork. So very good.
Yeah, definitely a very clean fork turn from Aggie. Aggie gonna be doing this fast Podobo movement up this mountain, and then gonna be getting the turnip on top of this little hill here, or whatever you want to call it, this side, to set up for a turnip flip.
Yep, getting the people's turnip.
Ooh, I thought that was gonna fall off there, but it did not. Getting the long jump and setting up for the turnip flip there.
That looks pretty good.
No, he has to readjust a little bit.
Just to be safe. I think it was just about as close as it was before.
Yeah, I don't think that him throwing that did literally anything.
So yeah, I think it would have been fine, but he was just being safe. Confidence is key in speedrunning and in life in general. So if you're not confident in your setup, then yeah, just readjust it. That's fine. That makes sense. Both our players in moving through Lungeon Kingdom now. Luke having a bit more movement trouble, but we'll be fine going into this crate moon now. As I say that, misses the crate bit. But LilAggy now having to do some rolls up to this thing of meat.
Yeah, before grabbing the multi-moon and finishing off the finishing off the kingdom.
Luke missing the Kobe. And now we're kind of in an awkward way of trying to find a way to get it into the
Yeah. Ooh, Luke missing the cycle for that Podobo there. Gonna have to wait it out and capture the Podobo when he comes back up on the other side. No, Luke is gonna be entering forks. Let's see if we can have a clean fork just like Aggie did.
Yeah, adding a little bit more stuff with the a little bit more time save as at going to first person mode when entering the room. Unable to get up to this moon without the extra fork, unfortunately.
Okay, it looks like Luke is getting up to the cliffside here to set up turnip clip, maybe. Let's see if he's gonna be going for that.
Yeah, that jump looks like he's going for it.
Yeah, getting the turnip here. Getting a roll instead of a long jump. Placing the turnip, and then gonna be grabbing a panbro to clip into the cage.
Right, so most people do a triple jump into a turnip throw, and his triple jump would have been way too late for it to really impact it, to put in the right spot. Turnip clip not be the easiest thing right now. It's kind of finicky. You don't fully know how it triggers. It kind of does. So unfortunately not getting triggered that first time.
And Luke is going to be finishing off the kingdom here, grabbing the last couple minutes before moving on to Ruined Kingdom. Ooh, is he able to back this up? Oh, okay, it looks like he's trying to back this up and get onto the platform with cheese here. It does not look like he's able to make it, though. Very unfortunate.
And wasted a lot of time trying to recover.
Yeah. Looks like he just missed he was trying to go for a dive into a spin on there and just messed it up completely.
Yeah, and tried to go for a buffered spin pound once being spawned, but forgot that he was going to be spawned just outside the cage instead of where that story moon was exactly, because it's like, wait a second, that's out of you're not supposed to get in the cage.
Yeah. Oh, okay, good. I thought he might have died there, but backed it up nicely.
Yeah, Luke showing that his reaction is able to, he is able to recover from mistakes. Unfortunately, just a lot of the mistakes have been adding up for Luke today in this run.
Yeah, he could probably just having a very rough run so far. And Aggie is going to be leaving the Ruined Kingdom and going on to the Bowser's Kingdom.
Just being another punishing area with some bosses that you got to make sure that you do correctly. And the start of it can be also pretty hectic, especially with Shard's Moon being the way that it is.
Yeah, Shard's movement being very difficult to get correctly.
Aggie just often get to the top without as fast as possible. Not going to be going for the birds there, Pokios. Just going straight to the first story moon. While Aggie's about to start the Lord of Lightning.
And Aggie gonna be moving on to the Shard's Moon. Hopefully he doesn't mess up any of the movement. And as I say that, he just rolls and takes a bonk instead of trying to do a dive there.
Alright, good spin pound. Well, not spin pound, spin throw, excuse me. and moving into the shards. See what he opts for. Yeah, tried to go for the safer strategy. Ends up landing in a spot where the spinies weren't, so it was actually fine. Kind of awkward getting onto the roof there. Now onto the homing to the 4th shard, and then using the Pokio for the 5th. Luke is about to get into the the second hit for the dragon. I'll see if Aggie opts to do the Bowser Dram.
Yeah, we'll have to see as Luke is finishing up the dragon here on the final phase and gonna be pulling out these swords here. Not opting to do Aggie not opting to do Bowser Dram. Just gonna go up on this rooftop and grab this moon, and then capture the lightning bolt here. And Haggy opting to do Harriet first, as Luke is leaving the Ruined Kingdom.
As Troy Vathan's mind does a bunch of boos and hisses. We're doing Harriet first. Good Harriet fight.
Yeah.
We're going to be moving into Bowser's Kingdom shortly.
And Aggie moving on to the topper boss fight. This boss fight is definitely the harder of the two, so hopefully it doesn't mess it up.
Yeah, so it's very good. I don't want to say something too much to jinx it, as even once you get the 3rd phase to trigger, where he has the giant stick of hats and goes into spinning circles, you are still not fully safe, as that is a large area where you can get damaged. Luke starting out the Bowser's Kingdom. Again, the first story moon from the ogre, as Aggie is going to be doing his movement to climb the wall with the Pokio, along with this behind the wall moon thing that's inside some crates, kind of.
Yeah. Aggie getting the crates moon good here. Not fully done though, because you have to try to get this jump over the void here with the camera not being optimal at all. Gotta fight against the camera.
Right, bonked against the wall because wasn't facing the right direction to get into the pipe. Kind of just hit the back wall. And is now going to be ascending, while Luke is going to be fighting off, is going to be going through shard.
Okay, Aggie finishing up the Pokio climb here, and moving on to the Mecha Brutal fight. This is probably the most punishing part of the kingdom, so hopefully can get this fight clean and not have to suffer a huge time loss. Ooh, and just like that, he's already falling off the mech and having to restart the fight. Taking a bonk there. Very unfortunate start.
Yeah, trying to climb up here now. Still trying to attempt to do birdless. Is able to get up there on the 3rd try now, and is now just trying to get back into the flow to get the 2nd hit. And looks very good, able to get that 2nd hit down pretty quickly. And now it's going to be waiting for the 2nd half of the fight to get to that 2nd half of the fight, waiting for the invincibility to wear out.
Well, we see Luke starting up the brutal boss fights here. And let's see if Aggie's able to get that spirit through.
Ooh, and falls down. So misses the topper dome, or what's that? The top the
Spear.
actually don't spear dome, and now has to wait for a Pokio to spawn as the little domes that are on the side aren't there right now. And Luke also opting for Harriet first.
And Aggie finishing up the mech there, and they're going to be moving on to the Moon Kingdom. Luke finishing up Topper, and then it's going to be moving on to the Crate Moon. Ooh, Luke opting to get the checkpoint flag there because he is low on HP, so he's going to have to wait for the HP refill animation after grabbing this moon. Luke losing his momentum there and realizing it, so he chooses to go on the other platform there and getting the Crate Moon.
Yeah, Luke's reaction proving to be very good. Unfortunately, not, as we've been saying, so a lot of mistakes just adding up for Luke, so it's really hard for him to get back the time that he has lost at this point.
Yeah. Luke starting the Pokio climb here, and then going to be moving on to the Mecha Brutal boss fight. Wow, Aggie is just now starting the Moon Kingdom. Okay, Luke starting the Mecha Brutal boss fight here. Hopefully he can get a better fight than Aggie got. We'll have to see, though.
Aggie taking a bit of damage moving trying to get over to the Moon Cave skip.
Okay, Luke setting up for the topper hit right there, getting it. And then trying to climb to the top of the mech here. While Aggie is doing a Moon Cave skip. And Aggie getting a Moon Cave skip first try here, and they're going to be starting up the Bowser boss fight. Wow. Luke is going to be... Looks like he's going to be going for Harriet third, actually. Ooh, just barely staying on the mech there. If he could hit Harriet, that is. There you go. Now I have to set up for target acquired. And, ooh, that was very sketchy, but managed to get target acquired there. I definitely thought he fell off there.
Well done. Target acquired. So Aggie now started this fight on 2 health, so is going to be having to kind of worry about health as there is some damage buffering to do to get the hat.
Yeah. As long as Aggie doesn't take damage here, he should be fine, though. Yeah. And as long as he doesn't take damage from this next fire phase as well. And Luke now leaving the Bowser's Kingdom and moving on to the Moon Kingdom.
Aggie has finished the Bowser's fight, and now will be starting the escape.
Yeah. Really, the only serious things he has left is 2D skip and then the pillar section. Hopefully he doesn't die during either of those, as that could be a very big time loss.
Luke staring at the Moon Kingdom. Let's see if he can get some good vectors. As Aggie's about to enter 2D skip.
Okay, Aggie getting to 2D skip here. Let's see if he's able to pull it off, getting it, making it look easy.
Good roll movement from Luke and Moon Kingdom. Again, that little gap jump you're able to do thanks to the bounce that you get from rolling. Just knowing when to trigger it properly. Now going into Moon Cave skip as Aggie is now in play.
Okay, let's see if Aggie's able to get the early pillar here. Knocking down this first pillar. Looks good, yeah. Looks like he knocked down the first pillar there. Moving on to the second pillar. Calling this one down, and then he's gonna be using fireballs to call down the third, or knock down the third one. I'm gonna do one claw, and then gonna be using fireballs to knock down this fourth one, and then gonna be ending off the race, and it looks like he has the victory.
Yes, one fireball did just miss from a meteor crashing, getting in the way of it, but still a very good pillars room overall. He's gonna be finishing out with looks like a 104.23. 5, I can't count.
Yeah, 105.425. Definitely not a bad race time at all. And now Luke is continuing, or on the second phase of this Bowser fight here. Okay, and now we have Aggie in the call for a post-race interview. What do you think about that, your run, Aggie?
It wasn't my favorite. There was a bunch of slop everywhere, but time-wise, it turned out better than I thought it would, honestly. I didn't expect to sub 105.
Yeah, you know, I can't quite remember some of the mistakes you made. Do you remember?
It was a lot of little things. I messed up some like really strange stuff. Like I didn't get a long jump going into wet FMS, which was really weird. Mecha Brutal was a disaster. That was probably the worst right there. And then
also messing up Snow Jam.
Right, yeah. That was the other big one.
Yeah.
Aggie furiously... Oh no, that's Cheese James furiously typing.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. I just have a loud keyboard. My keyboards, I try to type quietly, but it's very loud.
You gotta love those mechanical keyboards.
Oh, they're good. They're good stuff. So you get that 104.25. Not your fastest time, but certainly not something to shake your out. Like I think that's something to be proud of during a race.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, for the amount of mistakes I made to still get within 2 minutes of my PB, it's pretty good, I guess. Pretty good. I think I'm starting to really come together consistency-wise. Just like even when I make big mistakes, like my movement is getting to a point where it makes up for it, so that I'm not like terribly far behind.
Yeah.
Right. So LilAggy, we now know your next. We knew your next opponent going into because it is based off of who was sent to the losers bracket, and so you'll be facing Mozarks next.
Oh yeah.
So, what are you thinking about that matchup?
I'm excited for that one. Maz and I are good friends. We've had a bit of a rivalry in our time with SMO speedrunning, so it'll be fun to see who comes out on top this time.
Yeah, good luck in your next race.
Just as allnewluke is about to finish it out. I will. No, Luke is still here. He's still finishing out, so I do want to say that at least. But yeah, LilAggy, congratulations on the win. We were being told by the race streamer that we do not have a huge amount of time, so right after Luke finishes, I assume we're going to try to go into a transition, so I'll say some outro stuff maybe. Either way, we got allnewluke. Getting that 108.24. Yeah. Okay. So about a 4-minute difference in finish.
Yeah, not a pretty bad run for Luke. I don't think that's time to get. I think he's got very unlucky in this race.
Right. So, thank you everybody for watching this any percent match. Congratulations to Aggie once again, and good luck in the next matches. Thank you allnewluke for participating, and please continue to participate and get better at speedrunning because still fun games to speedrun. And next up we got the Super Metroid 8% tournament Oats and Goats versus Robotallion. Next SMO you can watch will actually be later today at 10 p.m. and that will be between Endangers and Equan, another losers round 3 match. So you can watch that one as well. Right now, stay tuned for that Super Metroid.